Well, good morning, everyone. Welcome back to our trading room. One moment here, we'll get the screen share going on. All right. Taking a look here now at the daily chart and what was going on yesterday. The morning, well, I guess throughout the day was a little bit of a roller coaster. This bar, a little bit deceptive. Looks as though the market may have made an early reaction as we got close toward this trend line. The market falling off shortly after yesterday's open, then rallying and then falling off again and then rallying a little bit into the close. Like I said, quite the roller coaster. We're opening with a gap, as you can see, from where we left off near 7,900, and we're opening with about a 50-point gap so far. But that has put a little bit more bullishness back into the market, as it looks like we're going to contend with the 8,000 level. You can also draw a very shallow trend line, something like that, to cover the top end. What I find interesting, though, is on every rally bar how light the volume is. Remember, if we're going to breach 8,000 here, we want to see an increase in volume. We want to see a decent volume bar. It doesn't have to be like that, but certainly it needs to be in par with kind of the average volume. And if it were a big volume bar, well, then that just tells us that, yeah, there's some market participation there, and we should see the breakout stick. And it looks like this is our first in-sync eagle signal du jour. And already out of today's open, you can see we rallied up, came back down. Now we're right back in the middle of where we were. All right, let's put that away for now. Oh, by the way, if this little high holds, we could open up ourselves to a rule of three signal and a counter trend move. There is always that possibility. In the meantime, I guess we just watch and wait. All right. We're getting a number 2 signal that's going to be in advance of that rule of 3 signal that we were just looking at. I'm going to throw in an order to short here. The reason being the market's not going higher, right? We saw a rally out of the open, came back down to the hard edge, tried to go up again, didn't go up. Now we're getting that counter trend signal. We'll get this out of the way. Remember, on the Ninja 8 version, your orders are live once you put them on your chart, so you don't want them necessarily too close. I'll leave that order above the high. Still trying to sort things out here. And what is it? Yeah, we're only about 6-7 minutes into the day. You can see we keep alternating signals. Yeah, I'd agree with you, Aspen. Aspen seems like it's struggling to go up. It does. We're definitely in a sideways range right now. There's that number 2 signal again. So here we go. We fill us to the short side. Profit target is near the low of the morning. You could, depending how ambitious you are, you could try to take the market down here to the 79.19 3/4. That's where the median line is. That is a plausible target, by the way. There we go. In fact, if you wanted to stretch it even just a little bit, sure, why don't we do that? It's a little slow here this morning. We'll stretch it out here to the primary resistance line. We're in sync now on the Bollinger Suite. That's good to see. You know, they were struggling to go up. Now they're struggling to go down. Just seems they're struggling. They can't get much in the way of trend, which always makes things a little more difficult. This low of the morning where our profit target was originally, that's a significant low. If and actually a good reason to take your profit on target. However, we know there's obvious buying there. If they can breach that low, well, we're going to start tagging out some of those buyers, aren't we? Not looking all that promising here at the moment, though, as any bearish attempts seem to be very short-lived. So far. If we can take out this little swing low, that will encourage a little bit more selling. In fact, I'll make it just a little easier here for them. Well, buyers not letting go. So I guess you need to ask yourself here on the bigger picture, is the trend up or is the trend down? Right now, it's looking like, okay, the trend might be up. Oh, holding that hard edge, that's not good for my position. I'm going to get tagged out on this. Part of the problem of trading within a sideways trading range as well is the market will have a tendency to test the upper barriers and the lower barriers without going anywhere. Yeah, great question here from Aspen. Is there a trick to know where the market is presumed to go? Yes, sir. Stay with the trend. On your Raptor, your trend is defined by the trading bands. When the bands start to intertwine like this, well, you can pretty much determine that the trend is sideways, and hence a lot of the back and forth. Now, if you're asking profit target wise, that is another excellent question. And there's several ways to do profit targets here. In fact, why don't we'll play with profit targets here for a moment. One of the easiest ways to determine where the market may go as for a profit target is what's referred to as the measured move. So I would, because I'm bearish, I would look at this bear move here. The idea is that the market will repeat its moves. So I can take that bear move there and I can attach it to the last swing high, right? That one's higher than this one. So I'll attach it to that highest point. This now becomes my profit target. The logic is, as I said, the market will have a tendency to repeat the swings. Once we're out of this trade, I'll show you. Well, maybe I can show you anyways, even while the trade is on. So, oh, I know what I can do. You can do this on any chart, by the way. Let's pull over our time chart for a moment, and we'll throw, say, a 5-minute chart. We'll change it to a 5-minute chart. All right, so the idea of a measured move, okay, is that the market will retrace the move. So we've got to break out higher. This is the move that went higher. We can take that and we can attach it to the next low point, which would be right here, right? Not this low point, this one's lower. You're always going to be going from the extreme point. Once the market starts to rally again, then you can say, all right, this was the initial breakout move. That's going to be the measured move. This point did not hold. These points did not hold. This point looks like it's starting to hold. Therefore, my profit target is up here. And you can see a few traders use that as a profit objective. It broke through slightly, but that's pretty much where it settled. Here's another. So we broke through here, right? We broke a support zone. This now becomes the move, the measured move, and it looks like we can take it and attach it to this high right here. So that's the move, and that's where your profit target would be. So it's a very simple concept, yet it seems to work remarkably well. Some trading books, they refer to it as AB equals C, yeah, is that the way they do it? CD? No, I'm missing something. Anyways, this is, oh yeah, no, I got it right. Yeah, okay. Sorry. So the point is, this is point A, this is point B, so that part will equal CD, that part. And you can even type that into your Google and it will, I'm sure somebody will have explained it a little bit better than I just did. All right, there we go. So the market finally seeing things our way. After that bit of a struggle, and picked up a nice little move on that one. Fib traders, of course, they love to play with their Fibonacci levels. Personally, I think fib levels are a little bit more of a self-fulfilling prophecy, and they show you a natural occurrence in the market, something that just happens on its own. Is that what you were after, Aspen? Did I answer your question? Seeing how you're one of the few people to actually ask me questions. I know, Eric. You better be careful what you wish for. Everybody will start asking you questions here. You'll never get anything done. All right. So we're digging in a little bit now around the primary support. Tom, Tom's asking, how's the weather today, Eric? Well, here on the in the Pacific Northwest, it is a lovely day today. We well, starting off a little bit cloudy, but it's dry, which is nice. Our weather has been a little bit wetter than usual. So here we go. You can see my weather forecast. 8 degrees for those of you in the States. That's going to seem terribly cold, so I'll change it to Fahrenheit. So a pleasant day. Friday looks like rain again, but Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, definitely going to be getting some golfing in. But you know what? Nobody's been complaining about the rain. It has been a relatively dry summer for us. And of course, as a result, water levels are down in the Cowichan River. For those of you who like fly fishing, apparently the Cowichan River has the second best fly fishing in the world. People come from all over to fly fish the Cowichan River. So I'm told. All right, monster move lower. It looks right now as though the sellers are taking the market back. Oh yeah, sure. As soon as I say that, watch a bottom form. On these types of moves, however, these quick moves lower that we were looking at the other day, you know, pullback, not out of the question, and it looks as though it may even coincide with the breakout. So move back to the hard edge, maybe a green bar sell here on the Eagle. That move will coincide with the move back to the hard edge here on the Raptor. So we might be open to a number 2 signal even to buy. You can see the Bollinger Suite already here on the Falcon and Raptor, both a little bit more bullish. As far as counter-trend signals go, it's probably going to be the Hawk and or the Raptor going to give us the first look at that. Yeah, Aspen says, sorry, I was in a short trade. Good for you. Good for you. Picking up a couple of bucks on that. Yes, you did answer my question, but sometimes the market goes sideways, so it's challenging for me to see that. Also, you right-click manual stop splits in my contract, and now I'm able to ride the other contract. Thanks. Well, that's good. Yeah, occasionally, you know, we have our opinions of what the market will do, right? Like back here, I postulated that the market should try to head lower because it seemed to me as though it could not head higher. So when that happens, all you can do in this type of trade is maintain your risk. That's all you can do. You have an idea about what the market should do. You structure a trade so that you're not risking more than you can afford to lose. And then you roll the dice, really. You know, in that respect, trading is not unlike gambling because you'll never have all the pieces to the puzzle. But so long as you you maintain your risk, all right, we got a bit of a number 2 signal going on here. I wouldn't mind seeing another attempt here at the low and a failure. A second number 2 signal would be a little bit more enticing. Do I dare buy into this market already? Come on, just give me a little bit of a pushback. We did get another counter trend signal right here. Bollinger's very, very strong. All right, let's give this a look. So all I'm doing here, I'm going to use this current bar that's waffling a little bit as my entry bar. Stops now below the lows. That's the easy part on these counter trend type trades. Looking for a pushback now off the primary support, or primary resistance, which we really seem to have blown past. Okay, that's a much better looking second push. And again, a little bit of a retest of this low. There we go. We got the number 3 signal. And let's see if they come back now with a number 2 signal. Oh, no, they did not. All right. Okay, so I'm just going to monitor here. We're in at 26. I need out at, oh, actually the median line. Oh, no, sorry. Can't add. Let's try that again. 26, 20, there we go. There. Got my 5 points. Oh, looks like I would have done okay at the median line too. So I got my swing target, which was rather generous of the market, giving my delayed entry to the trade. Wow, the sellers beating up on the buyers here today. Moving two zones all the way here from the secondary resistance line through the primary resistance line all the way back now to the median line. Now, you know, here we are again, just talking about trading quotas, as I like to mention, after I've met my trade quota and I'm profitable. So I've got a couple trades in. And I've made my profit objective up about $300 per contract. And you can easily grow that by trading more contracts, not necessarily by trading more often. That is a very, very fast move lower. We'll see here. Let's see the news. Here they go again with yet another number 2 signal. The trading band got a little bit broad there. Let's just scroll it over and see 60 ticks. That's getting kind of wide. So that also opens up the possibility of a bit of a bullish pushback. Excuse me. Hard edge is the target. They're attempting. Got a trend change signal here on the Falcon. That's probably the most appealing. That and the one in the the Hawk. So it's a little bit of a second push opportunity on this signal that's printing right now. And this is just your basic trend change signal, definitely counter trend. Bollinger Sweep getting a little bit more bullish. So we might get a little bit of follow through on this. I am a little bit late on the entry, as you can see. And it looks as though that may not have been a bad thing with my little counter trend attempt. It's always dicey when the market's trading near the hard edge. Why is that, you say? Well, because we anticipate a reaction off the hard edge. Don't always know what the reaction is, but we know there's going to be a reaction. And now that the market's declined so quickly, we've got the question, is the market still in an uptrend or is it still going to be heading lower? It does seem as though we have them a little bit cornered again. Making a little bit of a bottom, perhaps. All right, well, we'll just wait them out here. I've got my orders in play or in place. Okay, they filled me to the long side. A little bit of a sloppy late filter entry signal. I don't like to see the filter go out of sync at all. However, I will tolerate it if it's out of sync for a bar. This is still the second push on the original trend change signal. They're thinking about it. Got a rather deep stop on the trade, but kind of what's required. This now another test to the extreme as the sellers try to take the market back. Well, I thought we were going to get a little bit more of a rally off that last push, but not yet. All right, well, we're getting another with trend signal here, a trend change signal on the Falcon. Oh, just the warning dot. Signal hasn't developed yet. Good news. Here come the buyers again. Remember, if you're looking for the market to change direction, you do have to give it a little bit of room, as these markets do not turn around on a dime. And if we can take out this little swing high here, this last little high, I will become a little bit more aggressive with my stops. And not liking that 79.33 zone. We keep pushing back from that. Well, that tells me there's some selling going on there. So if we can get above it, we're going to trap out a few traders from their positions. Buyers got to hold the market soon. Okay, this looking a little bit more promising. Get up there. There we go. So close. Aspen says, I'm slowly developing the not to trade urge. For me, it's so hard. Yeah, it's hard for everybody, Aspen. All right, there we go. Trades at break even, and we'll help them up. Come on, get up there, get going. Okay, I'm gonna squeeze it now. That's all you get. Oh, you stinkers! You're not gonna stop right at my profit target. There, I'll cover my scalp target. Where's Ray Burke when I need him? I needed him to push. Well, you guys will get to hear that next week. It always cracks me up when he does it. All right, well, I was probably a little bit quick on the stops there. I probably could have left them at break even. Oh, hold on. Maybe spoke too soon here. No, I would have got the break even tap out. Okay. I'm okay with that now. I got a little better than my scalp target out of that trade. Yeah, interesting observation here. Aspen writes, it's so amazing as a kid, always told to be busy. Ain't that the truth? Your parents always telling you to go amuse yourself. Now that I'm over 60, I have to rewire my brain. Reading good books does help. Yeah, you know, anything to keep you from chasing the market, because nothing good ever comes from chasing the market. And those days that you do really well with your discipline, you know, reward yourself. Give yourself a pat on the back for doing a good job, not letting the market fool you into trading more often. But yeah, it's not an easy thing to do. I know you're doing the combine, Aspen, so a trade quota is a little bit more difficult for you, but for everyone else, a trade quota really is the magic bullet. If you're profitable on the day, stop trading. I can't tell you how many people over the years have written me or that I've traded it with, and you know, some of them will be up a couple $3,000, and by the end of the day, they're in the red. Really, you have to be told you're up $3,000 on the day. You have to be told to stop trading. I learned that lesson early on when I was trading cocoa. And I remember I had a couple cocoa options, and I had a very good broker at the time. And options, for those of you who have never traded options, options are an entirely different animal. You've got to deal with expiration dates. Time value decays the value of your option. So the market could be moving in your direction and you're still not making any money because the time value is eroding it. But at any rate, I was in a similar situation. I was up several $1,000s on my cocoa options. And my broker said to me, hey, Eric, you think it might be a good time to offload those cocoa options? Yeah, I think you're right. Why don't we take profit on those? If you spent any time at all watching the charts, you know the markets never make a straight line. And especially when you're day trading, our stops are tight. You know, we'll look at a trade and made that disappear. Where'd she go? There it is. We'll look at a trade and we'll say, you know, we'll buy here, and we're squirming in our seats to put our stops down here because that's a 20-point stop, 80 ticks, and we think that's a lot of money. That's a blip on the daily. It doesn't even register on the weekly. Another thing that helps, like I said, if you can amuse yourself, read your emails or watch kitten videos, keep your harmonica nearby. Okay, I'm getting a little bit of a pushback now. Ooh, rather strong little pushback off the hard edge. Yeah, look at that. Nice little green bar sell off of the hard edge. No real warning here in the Falcon or even the Raptor for that matter. Much easier to see in hindsight. Yeah, that would have been a nice little trade. I'm sorry I missed that. But like I said, I have my trade quota in. And gang, I'm sorry, I need to shut the room down here again a little bit early this morning. But it's been a good day, and you know what? You should always finish your trading on a good note when it when at all possible. All right, I will see you again tomorrow. I'll talk to you then. Bye for now.